Chaos here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the top 8 best Rec Room horror maps. This is just my opinion, and I would definitely recommend checking all these rooms out. I'll put all the names every time I mention them. Also, please stick around to the end of the video, as I might have a little teaser for something I've been working on. Wink, 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 nudge, nudge. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Number 8, Autopsy of Jane Doe. This game is great. You basically play as someone who's going to go clean out a dead body of a woman who mysteriously was found in the woods, but things take a dark turn. The game has a lot of jump scares, but it's not as annoying in a way that every other horror game does it. The game also has a lot of different puzzles that make the game interesting and give it a good time to strike with a jump scare. Number 7, Face Your Fears: The Ride. This has to be one of the biggest horror games in Rec Room, and for good reason. It's fun, scary, has a great amount of mystery around it. I love the whole story of it, where you go on a carnival ride and you get kidnapped by a group of evil scientists that make you face your fears. Oh my god, that's the name of the game, holy sh! The game can also get pretty disturbing at some parts. Like, I won't spoil too much, but there's one bit where you're going through like this nice water ride, and then it takes a, interesting turn. Number 6, The Fog is Coming. The Fog is Coming has to be one of the most fun horror games I've ever played. Basically, you're put into a town during the day, and it's nice and normal until night, which is when the monsters come out and the spooks begin. One of the monsters is basically this big, huge, lanky dude. Let's call him Frank for the sake of this. And he'll just run around the town, and anyone that gets in his way gets picked up and dragged into the darkness, which can make for some really funny but yet terrifying moments. For example, on one hand, it's absolutely terrifying because you're low on stamina trying to cross the road as Frank is slowly approaching, but on the other hand, it's funny to see your friends get dragged into the void. Have fun. How is he alive? Number 5, Fear Survey. Fear Survey is more of an experience than I would say a game, but I'm still putting it on this list. Basically, you or a few of your friends go through this test detecting, fear, I guess. I don't really know how to describe it. And it puts you through these weird simulations of just creepy scenarios, and then after that you have to answer some weird questions. Like, the game starts off with you in this small little room, and you have to describe what was in the room, and you and all your friends are separated, and you have to try to piece together different parts. It's hard to explain, but it's really creepy. There's no jump scares or anything like that, but it can get genuinely terrifying. And when it does do a jump scare, it will scare the life out of you, trust me. Number 4, Anomia Within the Liminal. Anomia, yes, I know I'm saying that wrong, but please bear with me here. Has to be one of the most unsettling experiences I've had in my entire life. The entire game is filled with different liminal spaces that you have to traverse, but when a monster or a creature does appear, you know shit is about to go down. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Jesus! You want to see more about this game? I actually made a video on it called Rec Room's Scariest Horror Map, which the title alone proves how terrifying this experience is. Number 3, A Quiet Place: The Game. This game has to be one of the most action-packed horror games on Rec Room. It has scary moments that keep you on your toes, and some awesome moments that mix horror and action perfectly. In one part of the game, you enter an old, creepy warehouse that you follow this cute little owl into, and then it's devoured by 2 evil monsters, perfectly setting up the threat of the game. Also, the end of the game is the most intense, terrifying experience ever. I won't spoil it, but you need to play it. This game is awesome and terrifying, and I would highly recommend it. Number 2, Those Bloody Nights. This is not an opinion, this is fact. This has to be the best Rec Room horror FNAF game out there right now. The visuals are eerie nostalgic like the first FNAF game, but it makes it like 10 times creepier. All the party balloons and the decorations and the posters, and don't even get me started on the animatronics. They look terrifying. Just like the FNAF 1 animatronics in the game. Fredbear and Spring Bonnie had that eerie but friendly look to them, kind of like in that Uncanny Valley sort of thing. And something I really like about the game, even if you have both of the office doors shut, you are never fully safe as there's an open hole right behind you where a creepy animatronic lays and rests, so you never feel fully protected. Also, the tension building in this game is perfect. You see the animatronics creepily move on your cameras until they jump at you in the door, only giving you a few seconds to react and close it to save your life. Where'd you go? Where'd you... Oh, Jesus! Number 1. Project Polaroid. This is the most terrifying horror game in all of Rec Room. No exaggeration, the scariest one. The environment, the lighting being limited, only being able to see using your camera, and only being able to see the monster with your camera as well. So the second you flash that camera and you see this terrifying creature in front of you, you frantically freak out as you try to escape, but only knowing death is slowly approaching. This game, in my opinion, is made by one of the best Rec Room horror game map makers, Skull Gaming. It is absolutely terrifying and is a lot of fun with friends. And that is my top 8 best Rec Room horror games. If you liked the video, consider like